Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Right, so today, thanks to Sayan, we have rank 4 War Machine gameplay. Before we get to it, definitely do check out the link in the video description for Evizone. That is the best way to get in touch with me. It's an amazing messaging service that also has insanely cool and convenient file transferring capabilities. And on the best bit, we're actually partnering up for 1,500 Eternity of Pain challenge. Sorry, $1,500 rewards pool Eternity of Pain challenge. It's very simple. I will leave a link to a video that explains all of it in detail. But the base idea is we have 3 categories: fastest unboosted solo, lowest PI solo, and meme funniest solo, which is a bit subjective category, but nonetheless, every single week, 3 people have a chance to win $100 each for every single one of the 5 weeks Eternity of Pain is going to last. Huge thank you to Evizone for that. But let's get to the main bit here then. Let's check out that War Machine gameplay. So first fight is in Alliance War against the final boss of Apocalypse. So this is a rank 4 6-star War Machine. The first one that I have seen personally. So I'm super happy that Sayan agreed to send over some gameplay. And there are several explanations for each fight given as well. One of the key aspects to showcase with War Machine definitely is the tankiness. That armor up is providing a ton of armor. The only problem with War Machine is, unlike other champions, that armor up isn't coming back. So once you lose it, it's gone forever. And that is quite frustrating, because virtually any other armor up champion have the ability to regain those armor ups, be that Warlock, Guardian, or Silver Centurion, or whoever you want. But not War Machine. I do not know why they did that to him. That being said, thanks to his pre-fights giving him extra oomph, he definitely becomes a massive tank. Even in energy resistance department, he has ability to purify debuffs as well, and all that other cool stuff. Now, at this point, we are going to see this War Machine starting to ramp up, because the main damage for War Machine comes from level 2 armor breaks and then Furies from level 3. That unfortunately also means that War Machine's not going to be killing anything in like 30 seconds, like CGI or something like that. He is a longer ramp-up champion, and for many people, myself included, that automatically puts a bit of a barrier there. I typically like more fast-paced champions for most part. There are notable exceptions, but it is just something that you have to keep in mind. That War Machine does ramp up in longer fights. Here we can see that 2 level 2s in, though, he's already hitting plenty hard for a utility powerhouse, because in reality, I do think that War Machine is a utility powerhouse with his pre-fight abilities, with his ability to remove prowesses on level 1, access to Rupture and Suppression. I think all of those are amazing qualities for a champion to have, and then on top of that, he can cleanse debuffs. He has massive armor rating and massive energy resistance with the pre-fights and a whole bunch of stuff like that. Here we can see that in this Alliance War fight, that War Machine is not even going to manage to ramp up properly, because right now we can only see War Machine with 2 armor breaks, right? But now he's going to activate his level 3, and that level 3 is going to give him 3 very potent Furies. But at level 3 hits so hard that the poor Apocalypse is going to be almost shredded there pretty much instantly. There's only 3% health left, and he's going to go in and probably just... Yeah, that was 11k non-crit mediums, I think. Right, now we have rank 4 War Machine against Safeguard Bishop. So this is another Alliance War fight. And the cool thing about War Machine is that he's actually good against Bishop, unlike the most popular tech, mutant hunters like Nimrod. Well, Bishop is Nimrod's kind of like weakest matchup, I would say, and it's kind of similar to Omega Sentinel. Omega Sentinel can fight Bishop, is just not particularly great. With the War Machine, however, it's perfect, because you don't give him prowesses. Even if you did, you can remove them with your level 1s, and there is no energy damage involved, no bleeds involved, none of that stuff. So Bishop actually effectively just becomes an absolute noodle. You can get rid of his prowess, and you have ton of energy resistance, ton of armor, you can block everything, and yeah, Bishop just works fantastic against this guy. As we can see here, thanks to Ruptures that are dealing quite a lot of damage, you can bypass Safeguard in this case as well. So he's gonna go in there, drop another level 1. And then the cool thing with War Machine's heavy attack is it refreshes all of your personal debuffs, and that also can include the raptures from level 1. So you can kind of extend the duration of your raptures, which is a kind of like a neat little trick that I personally like doing whenever I do use War Machine. Just kind of get a double duration. This was also a very, very good fight, if I may add, up until the very last moment when he ate a couple of hits. Still very clean and solid solo. Next bit to showcase that War Machine has crazy good energy resistance with one of his pre-fights. Because his armor rating is huge, he can give himself massive energy resistance, and therefore he can take a lot of fights that include nodes like energy adoption or other nodes that deal some sort of damage back to you via energy. So he would be good fighting magic. I do believe that his resistances also work against Electro, if I'm not mistaken, and a whole bunch of other champions. We can see that there are like 8-7 shocks on him like at all times, and his health isn't dripping down at all. Now, not many champions can do that as easily, that aren't like flat out immune or resistant to shock. And this is just purely thanks to War Machine's notable energy resistance. And here we can see after your first level 2, your damage goes up noticeably because those armor breaks are very potent. And yeah, it takes a while to fully ramp him. But the good thing is that in most fights, you don't even do that. In most of the fights, you don't have to fully ramp up your War Machine. So here, again, he's going to go in for another level 2, I assume. Or he just going to go for level 3? I don't know. What is he going to do? Oh, he's going straight up for level 3, and he's just going to go for 2 Furies instead of 3. But he needs to bait out that. He needs to bait out that special. Now, since he does, let's see what damage this level 3 is going to do with just 1 armor up. I actually missed it, but at this point we can see 2 Furies in. He has like 15k mediums, and that is quite solid. That is quite solid, considering that those Furies last very long time as well. Now, we do have a little bit of cheese here. We do have a little bit of cheese, and this is that lane where several champions can cheese this thing as well. But let's just enjoy it a bit. In between power reserve and in between increased combat power rate. And thing is, a lot of champions can cheese this, but they will definitely be doing less damage overall than War Machine will be at this point, I believe. Now we do seem to have a bit of a loading screen time here, but that is perfectly a-okay. So I think this is from 7.3, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. So initially they start unblockable, which is perfectly... No, this might be 7.4. Is it 3 or 4? I don't even know, to be honest. But it's fine. No problem. Just need to bait out a few specials, and once he does, he's going to be gaining his paradox charges, and everything's going to be fine and dandy. His first fight does involve a bit of dancing around, so I'm going to quickly fast forward that bit. So now we have 8 paradox charges, which is wonderful. So he goes for level 2. He has his armor break. No problem there. So we can see him massively increased combat power rate. He has 9 paradox charges. He has his second armor break. And with increased combat power rate, obviously War Machine does ramp up much quicker. So now he's going for level 3. There seems to be a bit of a lag with the device that this was recorded on, but that's fine. And here we can see that that level 3 did inflict quite a massive stun. And at this point, you can just keep on stun locking everyone. And we're just going to see how it looks in reality once you already have ramped up from the next fight. It's going to be much quicker when you don't have to ramp up your paradox charges. That first fight is always tricky with these stun lock things. Okay, now let's go up against that Proxima. Sweet, why not? Place his pre-fights. Here we go. And now this should be quite funny. This should be quite funny. Right. As most of the stun lock is. But the simple fact that the level 3 does have a guaranteed stun definitely is helpful. for several reasons. I only wish that it also had some sort of power drain ability, so you can always kind of go in and drop that heavy attack for refresh if need be. So he's gonna go for a level 2 in order to get that first armor break, and go for another level 2, not a problem. And then he just needs to get to his level 3, and that's gonna be fight over. And that level 3 is bound to do a ton of damage as well. Level 3 is definitely bound to do a ton of damage too. So now we have level 3, and he will have stun after this, so he can immediately rush in. He sees 16k mediums, he drops his heavy attack, and then he finishes a combo with the light to get rid of one of the paradox charges, and then you go again with a 50k level 3 damage, and yeah, one more level 3 for good measure, and that is one dead Proxima. The final clip that I have had sent to me by Sayan is a fight against Realm of Legends Wolverine. So he did clip out the first 2 level 2s, basically, because you do need to get 7 bars of power total to fully ramp up War Machine. 4 bars for 2 level 2s and 3 bars for level 3 then. But at this point, War Machine's fully ramped up, and we can see 23k mediums there, which is quite savage if you ask me. And then he goes in for full combos, and that Wolverine is no. I want to see this one again. I do want to see this one again. So we go from 72 hits at the start of it. Okay, so he's gonna, sorry, scrap the 72 bit. We need to count how many it is after level 3. So 103 hits. 103 hits. How many hits is gonna take to deal with 350k of Realm of Legends Wolverine's health? So that's 29? Yeah, it's 29 hits. 29 hits, and Wolverine goes from 100% health to 0 health. It's quite cool though. I like this one. I did like this one. Because those Raptures that are dealing quite a lot of damage as well. And even the non-crits that are doing like 10k and stuff like that. It's a whole lot of damage once you do ramp up that champion. I do genuinely believe that War Machine is kind of underrated, overshadowed in today's game, just because he does have that ramp up, which again can be a deal breaker for a lot of people. I know it definitely kind of makes me much more hesitant on War Machine as I otherwise would be. I have him at rank 2, I haven't yet pulled the trigger for rank 3. Not sure if I will, but I can definitely see how many people would benefit greatly from having War Machine ranked up. All that being said, once again, huge thank you to Sayan for sending in all the War Machine gameplay. Also, huge thank you to Evizone for sponsoring the 1500 Eternity of Pain challenge. Again, you can be one of the winners. Give it your best go. You never know who or how many people have submitted, or whether you are going to be doing better than you think. So just watch the video, read the rules, participate, support Evizone, support me by participating, and in return you obtain a chance to win $100, $200, $300, $400 if you are an absolute Larry of a Chad. Anyways, I'm gonna catch you guys later. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the